Good morning, Rob here, the Medicare minister. I hope you're having an awesome morning so far, and I want to talk to you today, just continuing this theme of encouraging yourself. And one of the direct definitions of to encourage someone really means to pour courage into them. And so I just really want to stay here for a moment today and talk about what it means to pour courage into yourself. I think a lot of times as leaders, we pour into other people, but sometimes we forget to pour into ourselves, okay? And I'm going to talk a little bit more of that here towards the end. But some of us have been criticizing ourselves, discouraging ourselves by saying things like this. I'm going to give you 5 examples. Number 1 is, I can't. Number 2, I'm not smart enough. Number 3, I'm not good looking enough. Number 4, I'm not tall enough. Number 5, I should have done this or I should have done that. And what I want you to see today is that if we're not careful, those can become dominant thoughts in our lives. And instead of pouring courage into ourselves, we are pouring discouragement into ourselves. We're criticizing ourselves. And this type of thinking drains us. And here's the reality. Many of us are doing that subconsciously without even thinking about it. Because maybe that's the way that we were brought up. Maybe that's what was told to us our whole lives. Maybe we played the comparison game for so long that we have started to believe these discouraging and these limiting beliefs that are sabotaging us from achieving the goals and success that we have for ourselves. So I want you to flip the script today, and I want you to start pouring courage into yourself. I want you to stop pouring discouragement into yourself, and I want you to start pouring courage into yourself by saying, instead of I can't, I can and I will. Instead of saying I'm not smart enough, I am smart. Instead of saying I'm not good looking enough, I'm fine the way I look. Not that you're just fine, but I'm fine the way that I look because the Creator made me this way. I'm not tall enough. That was probably for me. That's probably one of my limiting beliefs. I look 6 foot on camera, but I'm really only about 5'5.5", and I will take that half, okay? But I'm comfortable with who I am. Listen, I'm comfortable with being short. I'm comfortable with being who I am because there's only one of me, right? Just like there's only one of all of you, uniquely gifted for this time, for this era, to share your gifts and your talents. And then number 5 is, I should have done this or I should have done that. Don't think like that and go, yes, I could have done things differently in my life. Or like we could all raise our hand and go, there are things that we would change. But instead of thinking like that, I want you to think this way. I'm adopting a mindset that sometimes I've won, but sometimes I've learned. Isn't that awesome? Instead of saying sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, I'm adopting this from John Maxwell. And John Maxwell wrote a book that says sometimes you win and said sometimes you lose. And he marked out lose on the front book, and he said sometimes you learn. See, there's a difference in mindset. One is discouraging, one is criticizing, one is pouring discouragement into your life, where the other is pouring courage into your life. And here's the reality. The only way we're ever going to get there is to approve of yourself. Right? Some of us have done it for years where we've criticized ourselves and we've torn our own selves down for many, many years. Can I challenge you today to start approving of yourself? To start loving yourself? And I know that sounds so cliche because we hear that all the time, but many of us never put that in practice on a daily basis. I don't know about you, but I have to do that on a daily basis because this world and this life will chew you up and spit you out. Right? There's a lot of people out there spitting negativity and hating and throwing shade and whatever terminology you want to use. If you don't love yourself, if you don't encourage yourself, if you're not pouring courage into yourself, then here's the bottom line. You'll never be a leader that can love others and pour courage into others because you can't dispense something that you yourself don't contain. So I want to challenge you today, all of us even here, to start pouring courage into yourself. Start approving of yourself. Start loving yourself and watch how that makes a difference in your life. Have a great day.